Hello, you fucking turd sniffers. This is your world-famous Stuttering John here, coming to you straight out of Cape Coral, where shit is awesome, and I definitely did not move here to avoid creditors and blue state taxes. Today I wanted to do a deep dive into the fiasco that was affectionately dubbed Rodney Gate. Many people in the Dabbleverse have asked me if I went full retard because of the way I am spinning the events of that night. Nothing could be further from the truth. Me and the members of my Stuttering John army are all functionally retarded, not fully retarded, when confronted with a crowd that clearly outranked me in wit, wealth, common decency, and manners. I gathered all my boys in the Stuttering John army. Jitka, Vegas Beer Sales Jerry, Dusty, my mother, and General Beef Supreme Ava to put together the stupidest fucking plan possible. A plan that I would openly telegraph to my enemy because they wouldn't think I would be retarded enough to leak my battle plan. Well, fuck you. I am certainly this functionally retarded and then some. I once claimed to be in Mensa, if that tells you anything. General Beef Supreme Ava told me to read Anthony Cumia's arrest report from a decade ago, to which I agreed to do immediately with no questions asked. No one crosses Beef Supreme General Ava. No one. Not even the Duke. For those of you who are wondering who Anthony Cumia is, I affectionately refer to him as Pocky, which is an anime culture reference in Japanese pop culture that only my sweet Anthony and I share.
Let's go!
I secretly covet Anthony Cumia's lifestyle. He is successful, fun to be around, seems to be in a healthy relationship, and doesn't mysteriously kill his pets like I do. To mask my jealousy of Ant, I pretend to be a virtue-signaling douchebag while simultaneously using transphobic terms, such as pussy boy, for reasons that only my functionally retarded wet brain can understand. Back to Rodney's. As most of you know, the Duke has a weak sphincter. I shit myself live on my podcast. When confronted with the idea of an angry crowd and Matt Mead, the Duke had to make several trips out to my car to change my soiled underwear. I was terrified. My Long Island crew ditched me. I was all alone. Kevin Brennan came up to me and strangely offered up an unsuspecting Stevie Lou for a fight. I never really had an issue with Stevie, but since Kevin offered up the fight, I immediately threw my sister's leather jacket on the beer-soaked floor and charged after Stevie, like a gay bull charging after a rainbow flag with a full erection. I had no intention of throwing fists. I was secretly hoping Stevie would punch me so I could then sue Kevin Brennan for $500 in my local small claims court, because I cannot afford an attorney. I was outside the club in the New York cold for about 15 seconds before I realized that I am a frail old man and quickly retreated back inside. Some, but not many, might say I bravely retreated. Later on, I will ignore the fact I instigated a fight while Anthony Cumia was accosted on the street and actually stood up for himself. As it approached showtime, my boy Anthony Cumia hopped up on stage and gave me a kick-ass introduction. Fuck him. I don't need a good introduction for the complete dog shit of an act that I have planned. I am gonna fuck up this gig so bad it will become a case study in comic career stupidity for future generations to study. Remember, my comedy act is 30 years old and was written by professional writers back when I had connections in the industry. My brain is now too soaked in alcohol with no chance of learning a new act or conjuring the ability to roast the audience. I pulled out the police report that General Beef Supreme Ava and Vegas Beer Sales Jerry sent me. I meekly walked on stage, sat down, and began reading a police report. I was promptly booed. Tommy Jordan came on stage and took the police report. After that, I was a deer in headlights. General Beef Supreme, Ava, did not prepare me for this scenario. With freshly soiled underwear, I raised my hands high in the air like Willem Dafoe getting shot in Platoon, and waddled my dumbass out of the club as fast as my dignity would allow. Many people in the club saw tears in my eyes as I got in my car, drunk and emotionally destroyed, and drive recklessly back to Long Island. The next day, after hours of crying on the phone with the other functional retards in the Stuttering John army, we put together the spin that I won and the rest of the world lost. Clearly, this is bullshit to the highest degree, but my fragile psyche cannot handle a blow of this magnitude. I am already unstable. If I don't cope with this properly, I will mentally crack and end up committed to an asylum. And with that, we conclude this shitty episode of the Drunk News Network.
This is Stuttering John saying,
Why, you afraid? You scared? Pussy boy.